Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is another weekly vlog. It is Tuesday. It is the 22nd of June. And yeah, welcome. I didn't vlog anything yesterday, or I didn't start the vlog yesterday because, oh my goodness, I was so ill. So on Sunday, I did mention this in the last vlog, that I went to Chessington with Ian's sisters and children and whatever. There was 9 of us all in all, and we went on the rides and it was all fine and had a really lovely day, but I decided to go on one of the rides that they went on as well. So it was the first, what happened, we got there, we went to go on one ride. We got there at when it opened. We was in the queue and there was a fault, so they had to close the ride. So we then went on to a different ride, and I said no, I'm not going on it, because it literally threw you around, span you around, and it was like a bit crazy. So I was like, no, I'm not getting on it. So me and Paula, Ian's sister, stayed behind, and we was like, no, we're fine. And so that happened, and then we went on loads of other rides and it was all fine and I was fine. I started to get a little bit of a headache, but I think I was hungry, so we went and had some lunch. We took lunch with us. We went and had some lunch, and then I took some tablets and I felt fine. We went on a few other rides and it was all good, and then we went back to this ride they went on first of all, which was, I can't even remember what it was called now. And oh my, I got off and I couldn't walk. I felt so ill. It was like, I don't know if anyone has been on the water at like fairgrounds and that, where it just spins and spins and spins. That is what this ride did, but it was a roller coaster as well. So it was going along spinning, and yeah, I felt so ill. I felt a little bit like I had travel sickness. It was that sort of not feeling great, and my head started thumping even more. So I was just like, oh my god, I feel like my head is about to explode. So we went on to a different part of the park where the swings were. So you get on the swings and it goes round in a circle. Ian's, I think there was about 3 of them that got on that ride, and there was like a seating area. So me, Paula, Steve, Paula's other half, and Connor and Callum, I think it was. Did Wayne get on it? I don't think Wayne got on it either. We just sort of all sat down, and they got on that, and then they got on the ride, a different ride that was like literally opposite, and it's a big round platform. It was the first ride that I got on. It's a big round platform and you sit on the edge facing outwards, and it spins, but it's like a seesaw as well. It's a brilliant ride. I loved it. I was screaming. It was really good. But because I felt this sort of sickness and head and whatever, I was just like, no, you go on it. I'm just going to sit here for a little while longer, which I did. So they went and got on that, and I did start to feel a little bit better. So then we went on the Log Flume after that, and we went round about 4 times. So there was no queue either. So we managed to, on one occasion, we said to the lady, can we just stay on? She was like, yeah, there's no queue, it's fine, you can just stay on. And we went round. So in the boat was me, Jodie and Charlotte. So that's both of Paula's daughters. And we was having such a laugh. It was so good, and every time we got off we was like, what's the pictures like, and that, because at Chessington, I think most of the Merlin places now, you can get a wristband or a QR code. So you pay at the beginning to have all your photos put on this QR code, and then you can download them at home, so you haven't got to pay individually after each ride, which I think is a brilliant idea. So we got one of those, and all the pictures were put on like this QR code. So yeah, it was really good, and I've got some of the pictures as well. On won the Log Flume, Paula and Steve went on, and he was wearing a baseball cap, and at one stage his baseball cap come off. Let me see if I can get the picture. His baseball cap came off and Paula caught it. It was really funny. I don't know how well you're going to see. Oh, come on, why are you doing that? Right, so I don't know how well you're going to see it, but this is Steve, this is his hat, and that is Paula. And he was like, oh no, my hat, but Paula managed to catch it. That was, it was so good. Let me see if I can find some more pictures of me. Here's me, Jodie and Charlotte on the Log Flume. And then we tried taking pictures of looking at the actual camera, but Jodie's hand was in the way of my face. So then when we then went again, and Jodie moved her hands. So it was like that in the end. So, but it was, we had a really, really good day. Let me see if I can get the picture. This is the ride that made me feel really ill. Me and Charlotte, look at her little face. She was fine, and everyone else that went on it was fine, but me, I was just like, oh, get me off. Jodie was on the back, and I just kept shouting to Jodie, when is it going to stop? When is it going to stop? And then we went on the Gruffalo ride, which was like another little like child's Log Flume, and then we managed to get like a big group picture as well of all of us that went. It was like a green screen that we stood behind. And then on the Gruffalo ride, this was one of the pictures. And then we went on the Gruffalo again. We went on it twice, I think. Was it 3 times? Can't remember now. But we went on it a couple of times. And there's me and Joe on a little train ride thing. But yeah, I think it's really good that we got to keep all the pictures. And this was me and Zoe on, what was it called? Vampire ride. It's one where your feet dangle. But it was so good, and I really, really enjoyed the day. It was really good until like home time, and because I went with Wayne and Zoe, and I left my car there, so I met them in the morning, and Wayne drove. I had to drive back. I fell asleep in the car for a little while, but I didn't fall asleep for too long. My head was thumping. I felt sick and everything. Got home. Ian, I had to drop Jodie off. Ian was at the garage, so we both sort of got home at the same time, and Ian ordered food, and because I was really hungry, but I felt sick. It didn't really make sense. Anyway, so I had literally about 4 chips, and I was like, I can't eat no more, and I had to go and be sick. So yeah, I drank lots of water and just went to bed. And then yesterday I woke up with a banging headache again. I still had the headache. I still felt sick, but I didn't feel physically sick. It was just still sort of, I think, a bit of motion sickness and everything. So yesterday I was just sort of out of bounds. And all I did yesterday was go and pick Ian up from the yard, because he had to leave the van in the yard because it needed repairs, and they were going to do it at 5 o'clock this morning. He was like, no, I leave it in the yard. So yeah, that's what happened yesterday. And today I feel fine, so it's all good. I've got no plans for today. Like I said, it's Tuesday. I've rambled on for 9 minutes. I do apologise. But that was a little backstory of what happened at the weekend and yesterday. But today I feel fine. I'm good. I'm just editing last week's vlog. I have to film a podcast. I'm going to do that today, even though I look a bit of a mess. But I was just like out of it yesterday. So I'm going to wash my hair today. That'll probably be later. I might have a bath actually. Had a shower yesterday. Well, I had a shower yesterday, but that was about it. I might have a bath and have a nice chilled, relaxing muscle relaxant bath. Anyway, so yeah, that is that. I'm going to film a podcast. Yeah, I haven't really got much else to really say. This week, I think Casey's coming around tomorrow. She wants to go to IKEA, so I know there's a few bits that me and Ian want in IKEA as well. Also, someone commented on my video the other day, but I can't get the comment up, so I don't know whether they deleted the comment or I just can't see it again. But it did come up in my notifications that Wool Warehouse was having a sale on their sock yarn. So I went and ordered some sock yarn. I am going to show this in the podcast, so but it is Stylecraft head over heels. Yes, head over heels. But I will show this in more detail in my podcast. So I got 4 balls and it was £3.50 each. They're normally £6.99 or £7.99. I can't remember now. Does it say there? No, it doesn't say how much they are normally. But I thought for that price, it's really, really good. And I got some really lovely colours. So yeah, and a lovely organza bag. But I'm going to show that in more detail on the podcast. I have been working on my socks. I am 40 rows down the leg of the red socks. I've got a little bit more to go on the blue socks, with the heel flap and gusset. So yeah, I'm making progress on things, but yeah, we'll just wait and see how we get on. But like I said, I'm going to film a podcast, and I don't really know what else I'm doing this week, so we'll just have to go with the flow. But yeah, so that's that. I'm going to go for now. I'm going to film it a podcast and just see what today brings. Probably not a lot. I'm just going to chill quite a lot. Feeling really hot, actually. The windows are closed because, well, we thought it was going to rain Sunday when we went to Chesington. It didn't rain. It was a little bit misty in the morning, but it sort of cleared up. It did drizzle a little bit. It wasn't too bad. It did like drizzle, but it didn't rain as much as I thought it would rain. I did take my raincoat, but it was fine. In the end, I had to take my jumper off. I had a t-shirt, a jumper, and then my raincoat. In the end, I had to take my jumper off and just go back into the park after lunch in just my t-shirt and raincoat, because I thought, well, if we go on the waterlog again, or we go on the Gruffalo ride, or whatever, like the water rides, or it does start raining, at least I've got my waterproof with me. And a few of us did that because it was really warm. So anyway, I'm gonna stop rambling. I do apologize, and I will catch you up when there's something remotely interesting to let you know. Hi guys, it's now Friday. And yeah, I haven't really vlogged anything this week. One being Ian's been home for a couple of days. He had to have a heart monitor fitted. Well, it wasn't really a heart monitor, it was a blood pressure monitor on him for 24 hours. There's nothing wrong. He went for a medical for work. His blood pressure was a little bit high, so they advised him to go to the doctor, and the doctor has referred him to have that done. Now we're just waiting for results. He feels fine in himself and everything, but so he's been off since Wednesday, and I didn't film anything, haven't filmed anything since Tuesday. But I have sort of not really been doing much, so there's not really been that much to really film. I have started a baby blanket, so I want to use up some of my acrylic yarn that is just sitting around and not really, I haven't got any plans for, and it's stuff that I can always go and buy in the future if I have a project in mind. And I do want to be more mindful of that, so I want to try and use some stash up, and in future, hopefully, if I have a project in mind, then I will buy the yarn for that project. I know it doesn't always work for us crafty people, and we have to always have yarn in our stash, but yeah, so on Wednesday Ian had the machine, it was just like one of the arm straps, and it was attached to a machine, little thing that like went around his neck, and he had to have it on all night as well. So we didn't get a very good night's sleep because that was going every hour. So that was Wednesday. Thursday it had to go back. I didn't feel very well Thursday. And then today I've been at the garage because Ian is fitting something to his car. It's like another radiator thing and all that jazz. So I've been there helping him. He's still there now, and it is 5 to 10 in the evening. He's still there now. He's there with Bills. I was helping him, then Bills come along and he sort of took over helping. But yeah, let me just quickly show you the blanket that I've started. So it's just a granny stripe, and the yarns that I'm using, oh pardon me, is Robin double knit. I have got a few people that I know that are pregnant at the moment, but I just thought I would make some little blankets and gift them, because then at least the yarn's getting used for something and it will go to good use. So yeah, I'm using this lilac, white and pink, which, oh, the white is actually Stylecraft, I apologise, but the other two are Robin. I don't think they've got names, have they? No, it's just shade 151 for the purple, 46 for the pink, and then this is just white. I haven't got a full ball of the white, so I decided to just do 2 rows in between each of the colours in the white, maybe border it in white depending on how much I've got left. So yeah, I'm doing 6 rows of the colour, 2 rows of the white, 6 rows, 2, so on and so forth. And I'm going to do this until I think it's big enough. So it's not massive, I haven't really measured it or anything, just a simple granny stripe, and I can do it while I'm watching telly. So yeah, that is what I've started, and then I will obviously carry on with it. And this I started this Wednesday, I think. Tuesday. I think I started this Tuesday actually. Did I even show it? Can't remember, but I did start this Tuesday because my sister come round Tuesday in the end. We went to IKEA to get another shelf for the kitchen. I got some inserts for the cushions that I've got, like Ian's pardon me, Ian's red cushion that came from IKEA that Casey put his name and gaming spot on, and she said she's got some more, so I just bought the inserts because I want to get rid of all of like these cushions because they've gone a bit flat now and a bit sort of to nothing, so I want to get rid of them. So yeah, I think I started that Tuesday. Here is my cowl. I was just working on it. I thought I would quickly film. So the last time you see it, obviously this is not a podcast, but the last time you see it, I was all the way down here and I've done all this week, and I'm hoping, I've only got 3 balls left to go, plus this colour that I've literally just started, so from here. So I've got four more balls to go in, and I've got this much of the main colour, which is not a lot because you can see through it now. I could probably wear it as like a bracelet. So what I was thinking is using this to finish off. So I'm in 2 minds. So when I finish the last colour in this pattern, maybe do sort of 5 or 6 rounds, and then it should match when I pick up for the the provisional cast on. I'll do the same again because I think there's 3 rounds there, so I will need to do sort of the same amount on each side just to make it a little bit even, and then it will break up the pattern in. But but if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm really not that bothered, depending on how much I'm going to have left. Obviously I've got 4 more colours to go. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with this at the moment, really enjoying it, and I'm just going to carry on knitting. So yeah, I've also started reading, which I'm not really a big reader. I prefer to watch something than read a book, but I thought I would get back into reading just because I want to have that little time away from knitting late of an evening, like especially just before I go to bed or things like that. So half an hour or whatever before I go to bed. It is on my phone. It is on the BorrowBox app that I have. So I'm signed up to my local library, and it's called BorrowBox. It's Waltham Forest Library, and it just comes up basically with all of the audiobooks and ebooks that you can get from your library. You do need a library card. I think it's not just my borough, it's quite a few boroughs that have done this. It's not just in London either, and you just need a library card and your number, and you can go on, put it in, and it will come up with what your local borough has. So my books might be completely different to your books, and I've downloaded a book. It's an ebook, and it's called the Lavender Bay Collection, and I have also downloaded another book that I haven't started reading yet, but it's called The Reluctant Heiress. Heiress. Yeah. Anyway, there's the front cover. The front cover come up. Let me see. Oh, it's not a brilliant picture, but that is that. And I just thought I'd give that a read as well. It's about like the girl living in London in the wartime, and so yeah, I just thought I would give that a try. Now I'm trying to get out of it. That's it. The one I'm reading at the moment is called Lavender Bay, and I can't go back because I'm already so many pages in. I'm 103 pages in of 1,330 because I've made the writing a bit bigger. So yeah, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's about a girl that lived in this little bay, moved to London. The person that looked after her passed away. Everything was left to her. She came back. That's all I've got so far. I think I'm on chapter 6 or something. So yeah, I'm really enjoying reading again. I do like to have a physical book, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I'm just sort of dipping my toes into it, and obviously being part of the library, it is free. But I want to see if I can maybe go to charity shops and things and see if there's any books that sort of interest me. But I don't know, we'll just have to wait and see as the time comes, and if I do go to any charity shops and things. We used to have a good one that was over the road here, but that closed down. I think it closed down just before COVID, or when, yeah, I think it was just before sort of we locked down and everything. There is another one, but it's mainly like clothes and knick-knacky things, and it's a really, really small shop. It's probably the size of my living room plus half again. It's not that big. So yeah, I just thought I would quickly come on and say that yeah, I haven't really been up to much this week. The weather has been, I don't really know what to do, to be honest. It was really nice today, and then it absolutely poured down with hailstones. And then I've seen on Facebook that our local sort of, not our local, a neighbouring borough has like had floods, a tornado, Walls have been coming down. Roof tiles have been flying around. It's really strange. But yesterday was quite nice. Yesterday wasn't too bad weather. But yeah, so as I said, it is Friday today. I'm going to end the vlog here. Ian is fine, so don't worry about him. He is fine. And I know that, like, having a heart thing or blood pressure, not heart, blood pressure monitor and everything, but it's mainly for work. He needs to have this thing for work. He needs to have a medical every so many years, and for some reason his blood pressure was a little bit high. If you didn't know, Ian does suffer with a little bit of anxiety and things, so it could have been that because he was going to this thing to have all these tests done, that his anxiety might have been a little bit higher, which made his blood pressure a little bit high. So knock-on effect to that. But we're hoping that because he was more relaxed with having this machine, that it would be quite low. But anyway, I'm going to get on and knit a little bit more of this tonight. Hopefully get the last 4 balls in. It takes me about half an hour to 40 minutes to get a full round of colour or the blocks in. And like I said, it's just gone 10 now, so I probably won't get them all in tonight, but who knows, because I don't even know what time Ian's going to be home. Anyway, that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all your love and support. There will be a shop update, because I have been making stitch markers this week. There will be a shop update on the 4th of July at 4 PM, which is next Friday. And there is some new stitch markers that I've made. They're like, I'm going to put them into sets instead of selling them individually, so they're going to be like sets of 3, and I think a couple of sets of 2, but I will show that in my podcast anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope you're all safe and well, and I shall see you all in the next video. Bye for now.